Oh, hi, everybody. This is Laura, Spirit Medium Laura, and we are going to be working with the other side this evening and working with you on your life this evening. Right now, Facebook is going out to find people to look at this, and there might be people that are already on my mailing list are looking at this. There we have two people. I see two eyes here. Hi, guys, wherever you are. Welcome to Messages with Medium Laura. And so the agenda is Missy. Hi, Missy. Yes, I did, sweetheart. And I got the donation. Appreciate it. Thank you so much. So what we're going to be doing is I'm going to do a little housekeeping. Then I'm going to do the focus subject. Hi, Marlene. Hi. And hi, Melissa. So glad to have you here. So I'm going to do a little bit of housekeeping, and then we're going to do a focus subject, and then we're going to do a little energy connection, so we all connect psychically. You're all part of this, you know? And then I will go to the phone lines. Ooh, goody, goody, goody. I've been having some great spirit communications lately. Sometimes I think I should just focus on mediumship, meaning connecting to the other side. But other times I have great sessions with people about their own lives as well. And it's not me. I always have to tell people I'm the messenger. It's them, our divine beings, and also our souls, our loved ones in the spirit realm. It's very real. They communicate. They give us important information about our lives to help us. They can see who we are. They understand that. And they can go very deep. At least that's the way they work with me. That's the way spirit, when I say spirit, I don't mean some like weird ghost floating around. I mean, the higher divine beings, the realm that's a higher vibration works through me as a medium. That's my way of working. Everybody's different, every single psychic, every single light worker, we all have our own particular ways. There is a category called mediums, which tend to be very similar to me. They would probably have facility with channeling, ascended masters, angels, light beings, guardian angels, spiritual mentors, and so on and so forth. Sometimes they go into light trance when they work, and this is a mental medium I'm talking about, and they also would have facility with connecting to our loved ones. So tonight, a little bit of housekeeping. If you would like to get messages during the show, I have a lot of people already signed up. But in case I can get to you for tonight, this is the way to do it. If you would please email psychic medium Laura at gmail.com. That's me. And in the subject line, put your phone number and desired service. If I run out of people to talk to, I'll be checking that later. Okay? Psychic medium Laura at gmail.com. And at the very least, give me your phone number, because I will be calling you. Yeah, a little different, right? A little different. I don't do readings. I do readings when I'm in direct connection with you that way. I don't do them through the chat, through a comment, because there's a delay and it's too slow and I need to be able to talk to you. So that's how I do it. Okay, and if you would like, there is a website which describes all of this, which is for this particular show, and it's called spiritmediumtv.com. There you can get the same information I just gave you about how to get a reading. You can also make a donation of $8, which goes in part to help animals. Love those hearts. Thank you. Whoever's sending them. Thank you, sweet. You can make a donation, which goes in part to help animals. I call it the 8 No Wait, which is an $8 donation. And that means that you don't wait. You just jump the gate. Here's a little poem that goes with it. If you have an urgent matter that just can't wait, donate 8 and jump the gate. Kind of cute, right? Hope you think it's cute anyway, not silly. Also, you can join our mailing list there and you'll be reminded of this Monday night thing. Also have little stories and subjects and all kinds of goodies in there for you. Today's email was a reminder of today's show, but also had a focus subject. And the focus subject I'm going to talk about now. And that is hair raising, spirit communications. So I had, I think it was last Monday that I did a discernment. I think it was for Missy's father. And I'll be working with Missy this evening again. And anyway, in any event, there was a female for him in spirit, and it turned out to be his partner, his love interest, who had transitioned. And the session was pretty good, but there were a lot of things I said he didn't really quite get during the session. And you, as a consumer of this sort of thing, you might have experienced that yourself. I find it's mostly because people don't really believe, not necessarily in me, but in this whole other side thing, you know. And I don't blame you. I mean, we live in a material world, and if we don't see it, feel it, smell it, or somehow get it through our five senses, it's kind of hard to make that leap. But in any event, I do find that the more people just are in acceptance that this is real, and in acceptance that the medium has the skill, the more they're going to get. So anyway, he gave me this feedback last week, which I published as the hair-raising spirit communication. And this morning he continued. So I'm not going to go into all the stuff, but I was just going to say what he remembered this morning was something that I kept asking him if he understood during his discernment. That means the time I was working with him. His loved one in spirit kept showing me something near the bed, a shelf with something on it, and or a picture of her. I couldn't get the exact info from her. It was very jumbled. Well, anyway, he finally realized it was her ashes that are right at they're on a shelf in his bedroom with her picture next to it. So anyway, just trust the messages more, and then you'll get more, and it'll be easier for me too, by the way. Always my own little slant to everything. You know, sometimes when I read for people, it's like I'm trying to hack through a wall with a feather, you know. It's an interesting experience. And any of you who are light workers like to talk to you as well. So if you're there, you know, maybe I'll get to you today. Okay. So what we're going to do now is prayer energy connection. Then I'll go to the first person. I have 2 donations, and I have a few other people who've emailed me, and then we'll see what happens. So we're going to make our psychic connection now. Okay. So everybody listening, if you would please sit back, uncross your arms and legs, and start to breathe from your abdomen, breathing in deeply. And on the exhale, let go of any and all tension, any and all fear, any and all rushing. Just slow down. And as you continue to breathe from your abdomen, I would like you to now start focusing on what you need answers about today, and or your loved ones, calling them in from the other side. So if it's your own self you're talking about this evening, focus on that. If it's an other side connection, please call in your loved ones now. While you're doing that, I'm going to do the prayer silently. I'll be back in a second. And now, on your next exhale of breath, please release into the space around you your energy, and I will connect us. One moment, please. Okay, I'm going to go to the first caller, first person that emailed me actually, which is Missy. Okay, and I have your phone number already on my phone. Let me just make sure I have it correctly. Here we go. Missy, are you missing?
Hello.
Missy, is that you?
Hey, Laura.
Hi, sweetie. How you doing?
I'm doing all right. How are you?
I'm good, sweetheart. So you said that somebody that you know is wanting an other side connection, and you're supposed to be the sitter for them. In other words, I have to work through you to bring in the evidence. Is that correct, please?
Yes, it's a friend of mine. Her husband passed recently, and I obviously was friends with him as well.
Okay, well, we'll see if we can do that. Not sure because usually we'll see. Okay, we'll see if the
Right.
connection will be right through you. I don't know. I also want to say
Okay.
that as I was, don't tell me much anymore. You've already
Okay.
revealed more than I should have known. But well, I mean, that
I'm
would be,
sorry.
it's okay. But I did feel a presence of a male as we were beginning to have connection. Although it felt like a younger person, so I don't know. Well, give me the name of the sitter, please. The one that needs the
Um,
connection.
her name is Stevie.
Stevie. Okay. And I'll also go through you, Miss. I'm going to ask him to come in. We'll see what happens with that. Well, the first thing I want to say is I do feel a bright, crisp energy to this individual, as if he has a lot of energy. I get the impression, I'm just getting a very broad impression right now of a younger person, not older, and very smart, intellectual, cares about
Yes.
people. He seems to have dark hair. Would you understand dark hair for this person? Just yes, no, maybe, please.
Yes.
Okay. The hair seems to be on the straighter side and it's got a bit of spiking on the top. Would you understand that, please?
Um, maybe I can't. I don't know.
That's fine, honey. Yes, no, maybe's perfect. If you don't know, that's fine. For some, and it's not a nice build, good-looking man. And on the when I say younger, he's an adult, but I can't see exactly. He doesn't look like he has any gray hair yet. Would you understand that, please? Would you know that?
That's correct.
Okay, so that's correct. Thank you. And I also see he's carrying for some reason with him like a shopping bag. It's an interesting image he's giving me. And there's food sticking out of the bag like Italian breadsticks. So to me, I know. So to me, he might have something to do with the food industry, or maybe he likes food. It's kind of broad, I know, but I will honor it. And you do not need to, unless it means anything to you, you don't need to affirm it. But I do see him carrying this kind of shopping bag with food items in it. I also get the impression that on Earth would be an offspring of his, would be a child, and it feels like it would be a son. Would you know that about him, please?
He does have a son. Yes.
Right. And I also hear there are other children as well, not just one boy. Would you understand that, please?
No.
Okay. We'll leave that alone then, but I do feel the sun. Okay. So let me just see if I can develop him a little more. I think we're getting a good connection, love. So this is going along pretty well so far. I'm just going to double check. So he's bringing me to his chest area and his heart. That's interesting. Oh, kind of young to have a heart issue. Let me just let him talk a little bit to me and to you, see what he wants to show us about all of this. Very intelligent, he says, and very smart. He's still on a general level. I don't have a direct vocal connection yet, which I get sometimes, depending on how good the first part goes. Very kind person. He cares about people and animals. He would sacrifice life he just had on Earth. He gives me a name. I know his wife's name is Stevie, I think you said. And I know, but there's a name also that comes in Amy, A-M-Y, an A name. It could sound like something else. Would that have any significance to you, please?
If it's an A name, that's his name.
Okay, good. All right, thank you. I'm not getting the name correctly at this point, but I do get a feeling of the name as Amy right now. So we'll just leave that as it is for the moment. He cares about people. And the way he was saying is especially about his name, Amy. I'm going to use Amy for now, honey, until he clarifies it. But that A name. Okay, so that means about him. So he cares about himself too. He says, but in a broad way. He cares more about others than himself, but he does take care of himself this past lifetime as best he can. Having a family is very important to him. He loves his family dearly. He knows that they miss him tremendously. He sends all his love to Stevie and his son, and he wishes he could do it all over again. What happened to him? I don't know what happened yet. We'll see if he will reveal it. You know how it is, Missy.
Right.
Right? We have to see if they'll reveal to us. Stoic about his life. Okay. Bad circumstances.
Hmm.
Couldn't get over the loss of something that he had, or knew, a person or something. He had a loss. Feeling better now, or good about himself now, but before he passed, it was very difficult time for him. Why is this coming through like this? It's so weird. He says, I asked Amy for help, or there's a name for help. Like, he's as if he's talking about himself in the third person, Missy. Very unusual. Okay, all right. I asked, well, he did ask others for help, but nobody really could help him. He didn't know who to talk to. He didn't ask for advice much from others in general. However, he did ask for some kind of advice towards the end of his life. Okay, so what is this about, sir? What are you trying to tell me? Right? We're trying to get evidence from you, love, about who you are, right? What you did on earth, how you transitioned, and why this happened. See if he will open on that. Sorry. Very sorry. Upset about himself. Leaves Earth in a disappointing state. Doesn't ask anyone for help. Others don't help. Doesn't even ask you for help, Missy. Wishes he would have. Okay, sorry. I'm getting something emotional thing. Very sad. Very, very sad. I just need to calm. For me, one of the things I get is I get a lot of the energy of the sadness. It's a sad transition for him. He's sorry for what he did. He wishes he could do it over again. Sorry for the way he left you and the family. And ultimately, he's looking back on this and saying he could have done better. He could have asked the right people for help, or he could have made different choices. And also, there's a sense that he didn't have to be so magnificent for him to stay on earth. He didn't have to be perfect to be liked, or he didn't have to be super successful to be liked. It's as if he had high standards for himself that he didn't reach, or he didn't think he was reaching. Does that make sense to you, please?
Yes.
So he keeps going back and forth between saying he asked people for help, and then he goes to he didn't ask people for help. So I'm not quite sure what that means. It's contradictory. We'll let that alone for a moment or two. Well, okay. So I'm getting the impression that he would have taken some steps that would have caused his transition. That's the impression I'm getting. Would you understand that, please, Missy?
Yes.
He says he's in a spiritual place now. He loves his new home. Sorry for what he did to everyone. There's a dog there with him.
Oh.
There's a dog that recently passed. I think it could be with you, the dog. Would you understand, please?
Not with me, no.
Okay. Well, there's a dog, and I do see the dog. It's a smaller dog with fluffy kind of hair. Some of the fur kind of goes over his eyes, with longer ears, kind of fluffy, kind of brown with a little bit of white in the chest area, short legs. Do you know what the dog looked like, honey, that transitioned?
That's not the one I'm referring to, but that doesn't mean it wasn't one of his dogs.
Okay. All right. Well, then I see that dog, but there's, the message is there's a dog with him in spirit realm. Okay. So whoever lost a dog.
His wife may know who that one is.
Okay, that's fine. Well, there are a few dogs with him, he says. I'm not the only one here. He says, a few animals, loving people around me, surrounding me. There's a lot of discussion here with him about his life, what he did to himself, what he can do better next time, and how to make amends to those on earth, particularly, I believe, his family. Stevie in particular, The son, he doesn't seem to have as much. Maybe the son's so young that the son doesn't understand all of it. But he really goes into Stevie a lot. So I just want to see if there's some message he can give her, and then I will conclude with you.
Okay.
Okay, so how can you make it up to Stevie, A? I would like to tell her, I'm sorry, which you said already. I love her very much. And she's right. I made a few mistakes with my life, but I didn't have to do this to myself. And this doesn't correct anything. The failures that he had with work, with business, money issues, overhead issues, trying to transform his life to the better. He couldn't seem to get his act together. She knows all about it, he says. And I want her to know that I understand better what she meant when she was trying to tell him that he could work it out. And he didn't listen to her.
Okay.
Okay, so that is his message. And he says, please forgive me to her. Please forgive me.
Thank you so much, Laura.
Thank you, Missy, honey. God bless them.
Okay. Bye.
Bye-bye. Okay, and so, when they take you to their heart, it could mean literally, it also could mean emotionally. So that's what this one was all about. Okay, I'm going to go to the next person who's waiting in the queue and who made a donation. That would be Jackie R. And I'm going to dial her number now. Jackie.
Hi, Laura.
Hi, honey. So I understand you want an other side connection?
Yes, please.
Okay, what did you put in your, what did you put in the message? Because I don't remember here. Let's see.
I put other side.
Did you say anything else about it? That's what I'm trying to say. Find.
I didn't, no.
Okay, that's good. Better that way. All right. So the first thing, first thing I do feel is a female to you. That would be a mother figure or loving energy. I'll just make it a little broader. Let me just get a little closer to your energy, and then we'll see what else I see, and then we'll go in the direction that is appropriate. The first, I feel very strongly a female to you. Now, it doesn't mean that that's the only soul there, but that's the first thing I'm getting. Would you have lost a mother figure, please, or a friend's mother, or an older woman, please?
Yes.
All right. And I see her hands are very weathered and old. A lot of veins and all coming out of her hands. She's going to give me more details about herself, but she also has a good sense of humor. Her hair is cut short around the nape of the neck and short around the ears, a little fluffier on the top of her head with a little bit of wave there. The color is in the lighter hair color range, like a brownish thing with some white in it, if you will, but it looks like a light brown to white hair. And I also see glasses, and I see a heart-shaped face. Now, would you understand the hair is the way I described it, please? I can go over it again.
Yeah.
Shorter, and it's not real dark looking. It looks more on the lighter realm. It does look like there's white, but it also looks like there's a little brown in there, light brown to blondish. Yes?
Yes.
Okay. Wait, she's saying something about the coloring is good for me. She liked her hair. Okay, thank you. Whoever this is, she liked her hair the way it was. She liked to color it a little bit, or she liked the color she had of her hair. Okay, nothing for you to say about that, Jackie. And the glasses, I see her wearing glasses. It looks like she took them on and off. However, she wasn't always wearing them. Would you understand, please?
Yes.
Okay. I don't know if this is literal or if it's just that she wanted to let me know that they came on and off. But you ever see people that have their glasses attached to some kind of a chain that's like, so that if they don't want to wear them, they hang them on their neck? Did you ever see that?
Yes.
She seems to be showing me that. I don't know if that's literally correct for her, but I wanted to acknowledge it for you. Okay, so I also see the face shape is a little wider on the top and a little narrow as we get to the chin. That's called a heart-shaped face. Would that be what you're thinking of, please? Would that fit the person you're thinking of?
I'm not sure about that. I'm sorry.
That's fine, love. Everything is correct. I mean, everything you say is fine. You don't have to make it fit or not fit or whatever. We just work with what we have. But there is a significance in the crown and in the forehead area that's wide and full in here. I'm not saying it's overdone, but there's a wideness to the forehead. I have to say that. And I'll give you more detail on the face. The chin is developed a bit, nice lips, good nose, no hanging nose, more of an upturn to straighter kind of nose. When I say straight, I mean the bridge is straight and there's fleshiness at the tip and fleshiness at the nostrils. I don't mean that it's a bone straight nose. I just mean it doesn't hang over. Some noses hang over. Now, would that fit the general? And she has nice cheekbones. Would that fit the description of who you're thinking of, please?
It does, but it fits the description of, I think, two people.
We're gonna go deeper, and we'll get it to a refined level. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so she says the one who's older than me is here with me now also. So we could have two generations of mother figures here, or just two generations of females that look similar. All right. Well, the older one is here too. So we have two of them. She's, whoever this is acknowledging. So I want you to, I'm telling her in spirit, Jackie, I want you to please break yourself apart from the other soul so that Jackie can recognize you. Okay? All right. Okay, the next thing I'm getting is a person who would have, I know this sounds a little weird because it seems out of character for her, but it looks like she smoked cigarettes at some point in her life. Would that make sense for either of them, please?
No.
Okay. Would it make sense if this person had lung issues then?
Not on the two that I think it is.
That's fine. Just relax, not to worry. I might have lost the connection for a second. The older of the two is here now. Okay, so who are you, please? I'm the mother of the mother. I think this might be your grandma and then your mother. Is that who you're thinking of, honey? It could be your mother and your grandma. They look kind of similar.
I mean, I was thinking of my mom because I didn't really know my grandmother.
Well, newsflash, she could be here even though you didn't know her. And she could, I'm not saying I'm not going to get your mother, but the older souls will open the pathway at times. So let's just go with it for now. Okay, so what I said was all these things, but I have your grandma here too, who's sort of usurping time or pulling us away. We were on your mother's energy, I think, because she was the one wearing glasses that came on and off of her, and the shorter hair. And she has a little wave to her hair. So I'm going to go back to your mom if I can. Thank you, Grandma. I also hear the word spiritual person, and this is for your mother, okay? Not the other one. Not that she wasn't, but I'm just saying they're pulling me back to your mom and saying spiritual. Would you understand spiritual person for your mother, please? She says,
yeah,
not
absolutely.
Okay, and not religious at all, but spiritual. So that means she wasn't, following rules of a religion as much as having a sense of goodness to her. Would you understand that, please?
Yes, but she was a strong practicing Catholic.
That's fine. But she's trying to tell us that it's not so much the externals as the internal. Like she has belief, a beautiful belief system.
Yeah.
Let me see something else. You cared for me at the end of my life. I thank you.
I mean, I wasn't living here then, but I mean, I always felt closer to my mom than my dad.
Than who?
Than my dad.
Okay. Did you, so she says you cared for her at the end. That doesn't mean it was hands-on. It could mean that you're calling her just to make sure she was happy, or talking to her, making sure that she had everything she needed. Okay, let me just see if she'll tell me how she transitioned. I see her very slender, showing that she would have lost weight towards the end of her life. Would you know that, please? Yes?
Yeah, she never had a weight problem, though.
Yeah, but she got more slender.
Oh, yeah.
Too much, actually. Not liking that at all. Hold on. I'm going to see if I can't get the exact cause of the transition. If she'll show me. Feeling of sadness at the end of my life. transitioned rather slowly over time. It was a longer transition than most, or it was a slow transition. That probably means illness or just getting older. I don't know.
Yeah, illness.
Okay. I'm sure there seems to be debilitation in the heart area. Would you understand that, please?
Well, I believe she had breast cancer, but
All right.
I think she ultimately died of a blood clot.
Oh, interesting. So then she had a few things wrong with her, you know?
Yeah.
Right. But she shows me the heart problem is the most meaningful aspect of the transition. So that would be the blood clot or cardiovascular related. That's what she showed me. She did show me a little bit of cancer, but she didn't want to build it up with me. So it's a slow degradation of health over time until finally something that's catastrophic occurs and then she transitions. Um, she says that she's with you in your dreams. You're having some dreams from her. Would you understand, please?
I'm not that I remember lately, but.
Well, she says she's with you in your dreams, so you need to start trying to remember them. Usually, if you ask for your mom to come through when you're really feeling it, that you really want her to, and the next morning have a book and write down what you remember of your dreams within the first 5 minutes of arising. You'll have a better recall if you want to do that. It's up to you, love. Okay, let me see if there's anything. Jill says your father is with her in spirit. Is that correct, please?
Yes.
Okay. He loves you very much and would like to say hello briefly. I'm going to tell your mother. I can't develop a lot of people. I also get a name around her. I'll see if Dad wants to pop in quickly. It takes me a while to develop the souls. But would you understand an M-A-R name, like Marie or Margaret or Mario, an M-A-R name, please?
Yes, her name was Marie.
Okay, perfect. Thank you, Marie, for coming through. Your father is here. He wants to say hello to you. He says, please don't let him go without a hello. Okay, all right, Marie. All right, we'll let him through. So I do see a male step before me that's a little bigger in his body type, carrying extra weight in the stomach. Would that be your father, please?
No, I mean, he was tall, but not heavy.
Would you understand?
I mean, he didn't have a belly.
He didn't have a belly at all. Okay. So I don't have him there. Hold on. Well, there is a male before me, so I'm only giving him one chance, but I will acknowledge who I have here, who is a man that has brown hair. It's on the straighter side, the hair. He has a short haircut. It's combed off to the side. On the straighter side, brown. When he was younger, I'm assuming. He's got a bigger build. Not fat or anything, but just gives me an impression of being a bit, he's got a bigger build. I'll just put it like that. And he has a calm, sweet energy to him and easygoing temperament. I don't know if that means anything to you, but I'm just going to throw that out. Does that resonate in any way, please? I'll see what else I can give you.
It might be like an old boyfriend that passed away
okay.
Younger.
All right. So we'll just acknowledge your father is there, and we'll do that a different day. And that there's another male that steps forward that also seems to have had a problem with his heart, which I didn't say before, who steps forward and saying hello to you, and there's a message of love there as well. And somebody is saying, tell the children I said hello. I think that's your mom. Are there children left on earth besides you? Like grandchildren?
Oh, yeah, there's a lot of grandkids.
Okay, so she's
and great grandkids.
Oh, okay. We'll say hello to everybody for her. She says she's resting well now in her beautiful space of heaven. So she loves you all very much, and she says thank you for letting her come through. Okay?
Well, thank you.
Thank you, darling. You take care. Hey, Jackie, thank you
right.
so much, honey. Bye-bye.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Okay, and so I'm going to go to the next person who's waiting in the queue. Well, in the queue. I'm used to saying waiting in the queue, but I have to call you. So I'm calling Melissa. I hope Melissa's there.
Hello.
Hi, Melissa. How are you?
Hi, Laura. How
Hi.
are you?
I'm good, love. You know, where do I know you from? The name sounds so familiar. Do I know you?
No.
Okay, all right. Well, I'm Italian American from Northeast US, so I guess that could be part of it. Okay.
Probably.
All right, sweetheart. So, Melissa, everyone has had a loss, and it's a very tragic loss. And again, I send you my condolences and sincere wishes of healing for you and also for him, her son. She's already told me this. So let's see who wants to, yes, darling. Let's see who wants to step forward for Melissa. Well, there's a male that steps before me. Um, for some reason, he's not wearing a shirt right now. Okay. He has dark hair. He does not look terribly built with muscles. He goes between two, he's wearing pants, but he's just a little bear-shaped, bare-chested right now. He goes between looking very emaciated, but then he also goes between looking a little bit heavier. So I don't know what to make of this yet. Okay? Maybe he had two different body types in his lifetime. Maybe he was heavier than he got thinner. I don't know. I'm just reporting to you exactly what Spirit is showing. He loves you very much. He says hello to you, Mom. He says, thank you for being kind to me at the end of my life. You took care of me very well. I miss everybody very, very much. I'm here in the spirit realm now, but it doesn't feel any different than Earth to me. Everyone is very much like Earth, like you, you included. Everybody feels like the same as on Earth for me. He says, so there's something about you taking care of him towards the end. Would you understand that, please?
Yeah.
Okay, and he's very happy for the way you treated him. You took time for him, almost like you stopped your whole life to help him, like stopped work and everything else. Would that make sense to you, please?
Yeah.
Okay. He says you are a very kind person, and he says you will be rewarded for the sacrifice you did for me. I'm now happy. I am not suffering. That's the most important thing for you to know, because there was nothing more that could be done for me towards the end of my life, towards my transition. So, in other words, if he was suffering, which is what he's alluding to, he wants you to know he's not suffering anymore. I'm going to see if I can get any evidence around this illness that he had. Seems like an illness. I think you already said he had an illness after I kind of alluded to it. Let me just see something. And what I'm getting is a problem in the stomach. Well, one of the symptoms is not being able to hold food down towards the end of his life. It could be a side effect of something, but I do get that as a symptom. Would you understand that, please? The stomach area not holding food down.
No.
You do not understand that. Okay. See if I can. See if he wants to give me what was going on. Something going on. Well, let the record strike that when I go to his body, I'm attempting to see what's going on with him. Okay? It's as if something is pushing at him inside, like pushing and holding him like a tourniquet or something, squeezing him. It seems to be in the stomach area, so I will say that to you. I don't know what it means, but I do feel that squeezing inside of him. If he has an illness, I'm going to invite him to tell me now what it was. Could be many different things. There's also a name that pops in around the situation, like an R name like Rob or Robert or Roberto. Could be many names, but I do get that. Would that have any significance to you, please, Melissa? Doesn't have to be his name.
Yes.
You know the name. Okay, good. Okay, so he's not showing me the illness or what was going on with his body. Very good looking, your son. Charismatic, loving personality. Everybody took care of him as best they could. Nobody asked for much back. Okay, we understand that. He's sorry for the way he left everyone. It was a difficult transition for him.
Yeah.
He tried to leave a note or a message. I'm going to go into this in more detail. I tried to ask, okay, no. We're not going to have this again, are we? Hold on. I tried, there's a sense here of him trying to do things to, I don't know, leave a note, ask for help. So let me see what we could do here with this. I asked for help, but no one could help me. I really didn't mean it, what happened. There's a sense of him taking responsibility for his transition, but not being deliberate with it. Would you understand, please?
Yeah.
Yes. Usually when this happens, it's a drug-related thing. And I think that the reason I feel, would you understand drugs, please?
Yeah.
Okay. And when the stomach being tortured like that, it must have been them trying to pump his stomach or something, or get something out of his system.
Yes.
You understand?
Yeah.
Okay. And he really tried to ask for help at the end, but nobody could help him. He didn't really know where to turn for help, and he sort of lost his whereabouts, his bearings of who he was, where he was going in life. He also said he did not want to be hurt anymore or hurt anyone else anymore. He could not control himself. He tried many times to get well. It didn't work out. And he felt at that moment that he didn't know what else to do. Now, but there's also something else he says, like, I wasn't trying to take my life, or it's sort of like an accident.
Yeah.
Okay, you understand. So he wants you to know that. He says, Mommy, I love you so much. Again, thank you for taking care of me at the end. I'm going to cry now. Very, please, Mom, take care of yourself for me. Please, Mom, understand me. I didn't know what to do, but I want you to know now I'm alive. I haven't left, I've left Earth, but I haven't left being alive. I'm here with good people, and they're taking care of me now on the other side, and everything is getting much better for me. So look at it like I'm out of my misery now. Please take care of the children for me. I don't know if he has children. There are other children in the family. He says, please take care of the children for me.
His sisters.
His sisters? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, actually, he said the children you gave me before I left. So they might be younger than him. I don't know, but
Yes.
yes. Okay,
Yes.
good. He loves them very much. Please take care of everyone for me. And please know that I haven't left you. I'm just in a different dimension. I love everybody so much. Not to say the same thing again, but I do see a dog with him. And I keep getting the same thing with the people transitioning, and then they show me pets and animals and things. Maybe because I love animals so much. But I do see a dog that is tall, a bigger dog than most, like a Doberman or something. It also could be a pit bull or a boxer, something like that. Would you know of anybody who's lost a dog like that?
No.
Okay, well, there's a dog with him. Okay, he's saying that he's saying that a friend of his who's still on Earth lost a dog recently, and that you'll find out about it.
No.
Okay, it's a friend of his that you wouldn't know right now. Take care, Ma. I love you all very much. And Melissa, I just want to say I am so sorry for your loss.
Thank you.
Thank you, honey. God bless.
Thank you very much.
Sure. Thank you. Oh, the suffering. The suffering. Okay, I'm going to the next person who's waiting in the queue, and that would be someone who wants to remain anonymous. And we'll use a pseudonym for this person, which she will give me, which is possible, everybody.
Is not in service. Please check the number and dial again, or dial 611 for.
Oh, I know what I did wrong. I know what I did wrong. I wrote it. I dialed the wrong number. Bear with me, everybody. I'm getting better at this, everybody. The first time I did the show this way, I was like totally crippled. I did the area code incorrectly.
Hi, Laura.
Hi, Anonymous.
Hey, how are ya?
I'm good, love. I'm good. So you're on live now, on Facebook Live, and give me a name I can use for you, please.
Give me what?
You said you wanted to remain anonymous, or did you want the person you're talking about to remain anonymous?
I could remain anonymous.
You want to remain anonymous. Amy, did you hear me? I asked you, because I can't hear every word you're saying. You're a little bit muffled. You're asking me to make you anonymous. That's fine. Just give me a name I can use for you, honey.
Oh, Abigail.
All right. Oh, that's a cute name. I like Abigail. So go ahead and ask your question, my friend.
Okay, I am either going to renew my massage license or I am not. And I am seeing if I qualify for my 500 hours as a massage therapist or a 1,000-hour HHP. And if I'm not, that's fine. I'll move on. Food and nutrition is what I love doing, and you know that. I just wanted to have it to have a security, but really I'm burnt out and I'm done with it. But I'm upset about this because I feel like I'm losing an old friend. Does this make sense?
Well, let me see if I understand your question. You're asking if you should go for the credits, continue to renew your license as a massage therapist, or not go for the thing that you really want to do. And
right, well,
yeah, and the new program is going to cost, well, it's more time to get there and probably more money. What were you going to say?
I want to know if I'm going to qualify, though, to renew it, because I don't know if my hours are going to be updated to current requirements, because I came under like a grandfathering old way of doing things. Yeah. So I don't even know if I'm upgraded to do this anymore, which is fine. But I just want peace of mind with this. I really do. And I want to know, am I able to do the 500-hour program with what I'm going to submit or not? Or the 1,000 hours for an HHP or not? Or maybe just get a spiritual minister license and, do it that way.
Yeah. Well, first thing that comes into mind is that you shouldn't be asking Spirit if you're going to qualify to renew or not. You need to go and do the research. It's not a question for Spirit. And if it doesn't work out for you, then that's a door that's leading you. Okay? In other words, if you don't qualify and you don't have it in your heart, that's actually, since you don't have it in your heart, you probably won't qualify, to be honest with you. That's the way Spirit works. Now, I'm going to try to just go to a psychic question here, because that's why you're asking Spirit through me. I'm trying to get to the question that can be answered, right? Because I don't want to take away from you your decision-making as a human being, because Spirit won't support you in that. Spirit won't take away your lessons. Spirit won't take away your growth. They're here to help you grow. So the way that they can help you grow, your guides, your angels, whatever you want to call those divine beings that work with you, is to look at the best path and then give you some advice about that for you. And I think what we need to do is look at whether or not you will be supported by the universe if you go for what you really want. I think that's what you're really asking.
Oh, yeah, actually, yes. I just don't want to be discongruent with my past if I wasn't submitting what they really needed, although I thought I was. I mean, my heart, yes, but now I'm looking at it like, oh, I don't know, did I qualify or not? And I don't want to have any residual from my past.
But why are you asking Spirit that question? Can't you call them up or look online or get the answers somehow cognitively?
Yeah, they're doing that right now. I mean, they're just seeing what's right, what's not. They like all the hours I have, so I have to wait a few days. I may have to wait till after Thanksgiving.
All right. Well, I think you're going to qualify for the other license sooner than, what are they saying? Wait, what other license, Spirit? See, when you don't ask the right questions, everything gets confusing. So I'm trying to help us get to the right question before we can get you an answer. And I know you're confused, and that's why you're asking the questions. So let's try to get that clarified. You should do what you really want to do. Okay? If you can hold on to the massage license, it would be beneficial because it's a license. Can't hurt to have a license, right?
Right.
It can always support you in something later that you don't understand. It's a qualification, it's a credential, and it shows that you know something. You know something about the body from a different perspective other than nutrition. So it's not a bad idea to go ahead and continue that license and then work towards the thing you really want in the future, because keeping that license gives you a sense of security, even though you don't really want to do it, but it also will support you in the next effort because it's a credential. So never let it go is what they're telling me. Don't let that go, but go now, do the work you need to renew that, and then work on the next thing you want. Change can't happen overnight. Things have to be evolving. And for you to make a big life change, you got to evolve, right? So if you can't go for that, you can't go to renew that license. I don't know what to say to you, because I think the right thing to do, according to the message I'm getting here, is to keep the massage license as a credential. Can you do that?
Yeah, that's what I want to see if I can. And I have a lot of hours. I just want to make sure they're all congruent with today's update on what they're wanting. And if not, then I'll have to take more hours but nutrition is really what I'm passionate about. And I want to go into like a certification program just to
Yes.
be more comfortable. That's
all right. Well, I do feel that you will qualify with what you have now, but that is not to say that this answer should be a replacement for you finding out from them. And
right.
if you need anything more, it won't be much is the answer, and go ahead and do it. It's the right thing for you.
Yeah. And that'll make me feel good. I have to, that's all. I have to have a clear consciousness all as well, and I'm kind of obsessive compulsive about that.
All right,
Okay.
all right, my sweet. You have a beautiful afternoon and evening, and take care. And good for you. I'm happy about this. It sounds great.
Oh, bless you. Thank you, everybody. Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving. Bye-bye. Oh, she's so sweet. Okay, I'm going to go now to Kiki. Hopefully I get to her. Kiki has a question about a car, and she's tried a few times to get through. Kiki, hello. Hi, Kiki. This is Laura, Spirit Medium Laura. How are you?
Hi, Laura. Thank you for taking my call.
Sorry, I couldn't get to you all these weeks in a row, but
You're fine. You're fine. I feel like everything happens in its timing, so it's perfectly fine.
All right, wonderful. So you want a reading on a car. Are you going to ask me if you can get a car? What is your question?
I want to know, when do you see me getting my car, and how do you see me acquiring it? Because right now I'm saving money, and I just want to know, when is the best time you see me getting it?
All right. Well, that's kind of similar to what Abigail I was just speaking with, is that you don't need to ask Spirit that question. You pretty much know. You're on point. You already know this. There's nothing for Spirit to tell you. I hear you're saving, like you already said you're saving, but you're on point for your goal is what they're telling me, and that you will be able to get that vehicle towards the early spring of the coming year, and that you would like it very much. It will be what you've been looking for, wanting, hoping, smelling, and feeling. You want that new car smell. So I get after the winter, before the summer, so springtime-ish, and you're on point. You're doing a very good job with your homework about the car that you do want, that would have a lot of safety to it. And I get a message of you asking a friend of yours or brother of yours for help. I do see that, advice or whatever, and that you'll be able to get everything you need. And again, I know sometimes we ask Spirit questions that me as a psychic, I think, why is they asking that question? Because you would know, you're doing it. So I guess you're just really not sure you're going to be able to do it because you want it so much. You know,
Yep.
yeah. So you will.
All right,
You will
great.
reach your goal. And not to worry, honey. You're doing an excellent job of that.
Thank you, Laura.
Thank you, Kiki. Have a beautiful evening, honey. Bye.
You too. Bye.
Bye, love. Bye. I'm going to go to Alicia. And this will probably, hold on one second, everybody. She has a question about if I can get through to her. Hopefully she's still there, because I know people get tired of waiting.
This is Alicia.
Hi, Alicia. This is Laura. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm great, love. Thank you so much for asking Spirit for a question today. And I have your question in front of me. Husband planning on applying to a new company for work. Will it go well? And any feeling regarding timeline. All right, let me get to your energy. Give me the initials of hubby, please, your husband.
G-A.
Okay. Because I get, first of all, I don't think I get a lot of inertia around him, like he's really not taking steps to do what he really needs to do to get going with his career, or his new career, the one he really wants. And he kind of holds back from doing what he needs to do, which is a problem, real big problem. And I'm going to see what the reason is under that, love, if it can be addressed, because he's not going to do what he needs to do as of right now.
Got it.
It's up to him, and he's not doing it. He looks backwards rather than forwards. He does not believe it's worth his effort to try to change what he's doing right now. He feels complacent, but not stimulated. In other words, he's not striving, but he's kind of just not striving and really not getting to his potential where he is. I don't feel a lot of unhappiness around him. In other words, sometimes people are motivated to make change when they're in pain. So I don't see him in pain. I just see him like, well, you can wait. And I think he's thinking, I'll push it off to next year, next summer, or next fall. So what could we do about this, Spirit? Is there anything we can do to put a fire under him, please? Let me see, Alicia. Yeah, okay. Well, I feel that if the next message that comes in is you're wanting to buy a bigger home or more things for the family. You know what I mean? You want to live well, right? I don't see him on the same page as that. So it's an issue.
Yeah.
I have to say it's an issue of different values, different goals. Here's a person who likes to stay stationary. You're a person that likes excitement of change, newness, and striving. Bigger this, better that. Bigger this, better that. And he's like, well, I like what I have, and let's just keep it this way. But there is one road to him that I think that you've used in the past and could again be applied here, and that is happy wife, happy life. You understand?
Yeah.
Okay, because he does not like waves. He does not like problems. But if he sees you're happy, then he'll be happy. So the thing is, you need to convince him that this is the right thing to do and to get him moving on it, because happy wife, happy life. And I think he'll go along with it. I see him doing that in February by that timeline, applying. And let me see if you get the job. Yeah, and it wouldn't be he will get the job or a new job. It won't be that hard for him. And one of the things is he doesn't want to be overworked, or doesn't want stress. He doesn't like stress, right?
No.
So okay. So the job, surprisingly to him, will be easy for him, and there will be more money, more benefits, and a better life. And also, it will be a shorter commute. A shorter commute is very important for him. So you can tell him it's going to be better for him. Less stress, less commute, and more money. And it will make, because what he likes is comfort, like status quo. And then
You're really hitting the nail on the head.
and and by the way, he's gonna love you oh so much more for motivating him to do this, because it's all gonna work out really well. And I told you timeline's February. Now, will he be applying? I feel applying in February and getting an offer in March. That's kind of what I'm getting.
Okay.
Okay, my sweet.
Okay, great.
All
I
right.
appreciate it so much, Laura.
I appreciate you too. Thank you so much, honey, for allowing Spirit to be
Thank
a part.
you.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Have a good one.
Thanks, honey.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Okay, everybody, take care. Have a beautiful week. If you'd like to join the mailing list, so you're reminded of this show, go to spiritmediumtv.com, spiritmediumtv.com, and there you will be offered a chance to join the mailing list. And the way to get messages, say it one more time, is God, it's so hard for me to get this right. I have to think backwards. Is to email psychicmediumlaura@gmail.com with your phone number and desired service in the subject line. But you do that next Monday. You don't do it during the week because I can't confirm with you, and I'm not going to call you unless you did it on Monday because I want to know that you're waiting for the call. I hope that makes sense to you. Also, I do one-on-one sessions with people as well. And I have an offer of a discount, or let's put it this way, free time for what you pay for. I call it the free for me. You can book your session at spiritmediumtv.com. You'll see book session on the top there, or you can simply go to booklaura.com. That's BOOKLAURA.com. And when you use free for me in the event code field, when you're booking your payment and all of that, I will know to give you a third more time free. So if you're booking, say, 30 minutes, you get a third of that, which is 10 minutes added for the same price. Sending you all much love. Thank you so much for being here and experiencing the miracle of spirit. It's always a miracle. Truly is. Namaste to everyone. Bye-bye.